it goes without saying, absolutely delighted to score 3 goals, keep a clean sheet, and add 3 points to the board. It continues our very decent run of home form, and against a very, very capable Dallas side, there were many moments in the game where I felt we looked very bright, purposeful, and creative. There were moments that they got on top, and it was always going to be an incredibly difficult game. They're not sitting in a decent position in the West for no reason. They have lots and lots of talent in that group. And there were moments certainly at the start of the second period that we rode our luck a little bit. But on tonight's performance, I think we can safely say that we're in a nice vein of form, and the longer we can ride this momentum, the better.
A question from Ríos with the Tennessean.
Yeah, Gary, you talked about how tonight and obviously Friday, just these 2 home matches at home will really shape the picture for the rest of the season and how you guys are going to prepare for the rest of the season. I mean, what does this mean to get this kind of result, especially after coming back from Houston and the result that you got at Houston?
Well, this period of time was always going to be instrumental in what we achieved this year. 4 games out of the final 6 at home. And with the way that we've been playing at home, the form we've had at home. But it's never easy. You can't just turn up and expect that you're going to get results. Guys understand and appreciate that there's an awful lot of effort needed. There's foundations of a game. You must compete. You must restrict teams like this Dallas group who have goals in them. This is a team here, Dallas, who have gone to numerous places and at their own field as well, have taken teams to the cleaners. And, to keep a clean sheet and to again score 3 goals, back-to-back games that we've scored multiple goals, back-to-back wins for the first time, for the group, it all bodes well. But, it's still work to be done. We've got a tough New England group coming in on Friday, and we still have work to do to reach what, I've made open to everyone. My points tally that I believe we need to get to.
Tim Sullivan with For Club and Country. Tim, you're on mute.
Gary, we've talked a lot in the past couple of weeks probably about how Randall has been playing well, but it maybe hasn't shown on the scoreboard. How nice was it to see him kind of get that reward for his improved play recently?
I mean, listen, it's always great to see the creative players get on the score sheet. We could say the same about Yonder Cadiz, his first appearance. But as far as Randall goes, we are seeing, I believe, a brighter, more positive Randall. And, we're getting some reward for that as well. And for players putting in the effort that Randall is, for the type of attitude that he's showing, it's great to underline and reinforce that with a goal, with an assist, something tangible that he can draw on and say, you know what, it was all worthwhile. Because, there have been plenty of times that Randall and some of the other guys have worked hard, they've shown very, very well, and we've walked off the field saying, if only. So we're turning the corner a little bit here. 6 goals in 2 games. It's not to be scoffed at for anyone, especially our group. It should give everyone a big shot in the arm and a huge confidence boost.
Ben Wright with the Broadway Sports.
Yeah, Gary, I mean, we've talked all season about some of the scoring issues and just the struggles to put the ball in the back of the net. Does it give you, how does it feel scoring 3 goals against a good side, but also just on national TV? Does that do anything to help confidence in the group?
Well, there's a number of things that are obviously very, very pleasing tonight. We've got fans in the ground for the second time, in this restart schedule. Yes, we're on national television, and obviously we're desperately keen to hit the back of the net as many times as possible, having been a little bit barren in spells throughout this period. It's a real nice picture of what we're about. It was an exciting game. Dallas came here and showed some of the qualities that we knew they had. And as I said to someone else before, we rode our luck a little bit as well. And they may well be sitting in there thinking, if only we'd scored. It was a terrific opportunity from across before we got our second. And they'll also be disappointed that the first two goals were deflections. From our standpoint, we've put the goal under pressure. We've asked questions. Daniel Ríos had a great opportunity from across, and the goalkeeper made a terrific save. There were other opportunities that we might have just squeezed a goal out of. So to score 3 is terrific. Fortuitously for the first couple, but nonetheless delighted that we're in the back of the net as much as we are at the minute.
Steve Cavendish with Nashville Scene.
Yeah. How does Yonder fit into your system? And can you talk a little bit about the last few games you've ended up with significantly less possession, and yet better results up top? Does this mean that you think that the team is more lethal on the counter, or are they is that just kind of how the games have played out?
Okay, so in terms of where Yonder fits in, I think it's fairly straightforward to see that Yonder's a terrific focal point up front. He's a great physical presence. He has the ability to run beyond. He's got a turn of pace and a trick. And he's very, very positive in his play. Just please keep in mind that Yonder has not played since March. He's been in quarantine since he's come into the country here and has had, just a few sessions with the group, and we're trying to fast track him for obvious reasons. But Yonder has tremendous attacking qualities that we may not even see the best of until next season. I hope before, but I'm fully prepared to have a Yonder at 50% on the field and achieving what he is for the group tonight. As far as the possession goes, I think sometimes those stats can be misleading. You've got a Dallas side that maintained the ball quite well in their half of the field. We defended slightly deeper. If you tell me that their stats in our half of the field and entry passes and those type of more tangible and aggressive stats are against us, then of course I'll be disappointed in that. However, the mentality of a group, you have to remember, changes when you go 2 and 3 goals up. Whether you like it or not, is an internal, we must protect this lead rather than let's go and score another goal. And you do become more of a counter-attacking group than necessarily a front foot creative group. But if you look at the way the first moments in the game went, the first goal is always vitally important to any team at any level in any league. And when you get the first one, it changes the perspective for the group behind, and it changes the way the group are in front might well manage the game. So I think that always needs to be taken into consideration.
Josué Lopez with Air Sports.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. Daniel Ríos has such an important impact once he came in. He got 2 good opportunities. One, fortunately, ended up in the net. What are your thoughts on his performance?
Well, that's his 3rd goal in three appearances, 2 starts and an appearance off the bench now. And when Daniel went down with a minor injury a couple of weeks ago, it was a big body blow to the group. He was in form, he was looking positive. I'm absolutely delighted to see him back in the group. You can see, that I'm very, very keen to get him into the team. Hence, coming in a slightly different role as a more of a withdrawn striker and a false 9, along with Yonder. But nevertheless, I think we're seeing and have seen over the last month with Daniel that he's settled into his world. with all of the difficulties and the upheaval of the way this season's gone, you know, I think he's settled into MLS. He's confident around his pals and his teammates. And one thing that we can guarantee of Daniel is if he gets a sight, a goal, he invariably hits the target. He doesn't always score, but he's a very, very good finisher. In fact, I'd go as far to say he's as good as anyone in the club.
We have time for one more question, and obviously we'll use tonight's availability to preview Friday nights. You alluded earlier about it, but how do you turn it around, and what kind of changes do you need to apply in order to get a result on Friday night?
Well, in this very unique season, with just 2 days to get ourselves prepared and be ready for New England, you know, I'll evaluate where the group's at physically tomorrow. We'll all be in. There'll be a very light recovery session to see where the players are. What we know is after an incredibly tough 90 minutes plus in New England, this group coming in have got all of the qualities necessary to cause us a lot of problems. Well organised, you know, incredibly tough group, competitive, and with some really nice creative dimensions to their team. Listen, we'll be confident, no doubt about that. After tonight's victory, we chalk up another 3 points that takes us closer to the points tally we're after, and Friday night will be no different. However, I think we'll find it'll be a very, very different encounter to what we've seen tonight.
We will begin with addressing your goals tonight and the contribution that you gave, Randall, to Daniel's goal as well. All right, Randall, tell us about your goal.
I'm really happy. But the important is that we won, and we are close to the playoff, and this is what we want to go forward, you know, to the playoff. Today we can celebrate, but tomorrow we need to start thinking in Friday. We need to win, and we need to make one step more to be close to the playoff.
How do you find, for that goal that you gave to Daniel, how do you find him on the field? What goes through your mind during that moment?
I think I talk with him always to be close to me when I get the ball. You know, I saw him before. Just I was wait a moment, the correct moment to give the ball to him, and I think he did great. He did a good goal, and it's good for him to get confidence after his injury, and it's good for us, for the team to have him back with us.
Daniel, a spectacular goal. Tell us about it. Describe it.
Yeah, always in the field is really quick, really fast. As soon as I saw that Randall received the ball, I knew it, and I started my run, and I slowly, and then when he cut inside, I started to run faster, and I knew the ball was coming. So he played a perfect ball to me, and then I took a touch, fake, and then fake again, and the defender was in the ground and just shoot it, finishing across, and it was a good goal.
Congratulations. We will now open the floor for questions. We will begin with a question for you, Daniel, from Ríos with the Tennessean.
Yeah, Daniel, it's been a quick couple of days for you, getting back in, 100%, getting back to training, getting back with the rest of the group, and obviously getting into the match and scoring tonight. I mean, how much of a help is that for you to get on the scoring sheet after getting back and hopefully getting back to 100% and staying healthy?
It's really important for me because I'm really looking forward to recover the moment that I was living before the injury when I scored 2 goals. And to score a goal tonight, it brings me confidence and brings confidence to my player, to my teammates when I'm in the field. So it's great it's great to score a goal and that I had the opportunity to play 15, 20 minutes tonight.
We will go on with a question from Nayela Lamilla with a jefe for you both, actually.
Hola Randall, somos Alexis Nayeli del Jefe, la estación oficial de Nashville Soccer Club en español. Saludos Daniel, felicitaciones por los goles y por el triunfo. ¿Cómo se sienten ambos? La pregunta es para ambos. Randall, Daniel y Yander, ¿cómo se sienten que tres hispanos hayan anotado gol hoy y le dan confianza a la fanaticada hispana y sobre todo para seguirlos apoyando en esta nueva ruta que tienen de triunfo? Muchas gracias.
The question for those who don't speak Spanish is about how they feel about having 3 Hispanic players score a goal tonight for the team.
No, muchas gracias, un placer hablar contigo. Creo que lo importante fue que logramos ganar, que como te dije, Ríos volvió con gol, que Yonder el segundo partido y también anotó gol. Creo que eso es lo importante, que nosotros como hispanos y la confianza que nos da el entrenador, tanto la gerencia, la podamos retribuir dentro del terreno de juego. Creo que para eso nos traen a nosotros, para darle ese, como se dice, ese sabor latino y poder pues elevar siempre el nivel del equipo. Creo que ahora lo importante es que estamos haciendo las cosas bien, seguir por ese camino y bueno, creo que de nada vale si ganamos hoy y no ganamos el viernes. Creo que lo importante es pensar, bueno, hoy disfrutar y a partir de mañana ya pensar en lo que significa el partido del viernes, que va a ser muy importante para nosotros, para lo que viene.
All right, I'll try to do you justice with that answer, but it was important for each one of us to score tonight. Obviously, as Hispanic players, the technical staff gave us a lot of trust in us, and obviously, when they brought us here, we wanted to bring that Latin flavor in order to elevate the level of the team. But a win today doesn't mean anything if we don't win on Friday. So our goal right now is to look forward to celebrate tonight and then come tomorrow, get ready for that game on Friday and get a win. Daniel.
Sí, bueno, yo comparto lo que dice Randall también, que estamos contentos porque 3 jugadores hispanos metimos gol, pero creo que lo más importante es, como él dice, pensar en el partido del viernes y también pensar en liguilla, porque estamos al final del torneo y estamos buscando conseguir los mayores puntos posibles para quedar en una mejor posición. Entonces, sí, qué bueno que ganamos hoy, estamos contentos, estamos felices de que anotamos gol, pero nuestra mente y nuestro juego va a estar para el siguiente partido y para los playoffs.
I share Randall's feelings. I'm happy for the three of us Latin players for scoring tonight, but I think that the important detail right now is to be focused on Friday, and not only that, also about the playoffs. We need to have those 2 elements in mind as we continue to move forward. A question from Steve Cavendish with Nashville Scene.
Randall, you looked like you were labored a little bit at the end of the game. How'd you tweak your leg, and how was it feeling when the whistle blew?
No, I feel tired, of course. I have a little bit pain in my foot, but I think tomorrow I get the treatment and everything, and I think I will be ready for Friday. That happened in the game, and we are expuestos.
Expuestos?
Estamos expuestos.
We are exposed.
Yeah, we are exposed in this kind of team, you know. So the important is to take care of us these 2-3 days and be ready for Friday.
We have a question from Tim Sullivan from Ford Club and Country for you, Daniel.
Daniel, when Mauer saved that open header that you had, did you think you were going to get another chance like the one that you ended up getting? And how good did it feel to actually beat him the second time?
To be honest, I thought that I wouldn't have another chance. So I just was living the moment. I saw the clock and it was like 8 minutes left. So yeah, I have a second opportunity and I feel so happy and how do you say, feliz, además. Yeah, happy for a score goal.
We have another question from Johnny Peña Internacional.
Hey guys, good night. First, thank you for the scores. Was beautiful. I am journalist and I enjoy like fans. That's the beautiful score I see in this stadium. I have a question. I just want to say thank you because that's the way more people coming to the stadium to see the football. Today, I think so. You put the sabor latino. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny. We will conclude today's availability with a question from Josué López with Area Sports.
¿Qué onda, Daniel? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Me escuchas?
Sí.
Oye, primeramente felicidades por el gol. Hiciste un impacto muy rápido en el marcador con tan solo 15 minutos en la cancha. Dos cosas, como mexicano, ¿cómo te sientes en hacer un impacto en la Major League Soccer y cómo mantener ese buen momentum que estás teniendo ahorita a pesar de regresar de una lesión?
The question in English is, how do you feel about making an impact in Major League Soccer, and how do you feel about scoring a goal coming out of an injury?
Me siento muy contento de que siento que poco a poco la gente de México va notando mi participación en la MLS y también en lo personal que estoy participando en esta liga y en primera edición con minutos y poco a poco con goles. Y lo segundo, sí, quiero mantener el momento y quiero seguir viviéndolo y porque me siento en un buen nivel, siento que estoy en un gran momento, tengo fe en mí mismo en que tengo el potencial y si Dios quiere y demostrándolo en la cancha, voy a poder seguir haciendo goles.
I'm very happy. Little by little, I think the Mexican people are beginning to know my presence in Major League Soccer. I want to maintain the moment that I've gained.
Gracias, hermano. Saludos.
I mean, I have a good level and I have faith in me, and I think with my potential, like I just want to continue to score goals and have an impact in Major League Soccer.